Hello Stampin' friends, it's Ayana Johnston here with another Check This Out Stampin' Up video tutorial to show you. Today I want to show you how I made this Peaceful Pines Christmas tree card with a Merry Christmas to you and yours on it. You can get the supply list for this card on my blog at www.checkthisout.stampinup.net. Be sure to stop by my website for some more great ideas and some awesome customer order specials under my specials tab. Okay, so let's get started making this card. For this video tutorial, you're going to use two stamp sets. We're first going to use the Peaceful Pine stamp set. We're going to use this Christmas tree over here and this set of ornament lights over here. Then we'll also be using this sentiment. Then we're going to be using the 6 sayings. It's a beautiful hostess set that I just love. It's got some great sayings, and we're going to use the Merry Christmas to you and yours. Next, you're going to need 3 stamp sets. We're going to use some Versamark ink. Then we're also going to use Lost Lagoon and Blackberry Bliss. For your cardstock, you're going to need 1 sheet of Blackberry Bliss. You're going to want to cut this at 5.5 by 8.5. You're going to want to score it at 4 1/4. Then you're going to need 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. You're going to need another sheet of Blackberry Bliss. You're going to want to cut this sheet of Blackberry Bliss at 3 3/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. Then you're going to need a sheet of the Moonlit Designer Series paper, and you're going to cut this at 3.5 by 3.5 inches. And of the same Moonlit Designer Series paper, you're going to also want to cut a thin strip of paper. And you're going to want to cut this at 3/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Then we're going to need 1 more sheet of Blackberry Bliss. And this piece of paper, you're going to want to cut this at 3/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm sorry, this Moonlit Series paper, you're going to want to cut this at 1/2 inch by 5 1/4 inches. Then we're going to need 1 sheet of Whisper White, and we're going to want to cut this at 1 inch by 5 1/4 inches, just to allow some extra room for the saying. You'll need a scrap piece of Blackberry Bliss and a scrap sheet of the Very Vanilla. So, let's get started stamping our card. First, we're going to take the Lost Lagoon and the Blackberry Bliss and stamp our Christmas tree image, and we're also going to stamp the Merry Christmas to you and yours. Next, we're going to want to go ahead and punch out a circle with our scrap piece of Blackberry Bliss. We're going to want to cut out a 2.5 inch circle. Next, we're going to want to go ahead and take all of our pieces and run them through our Big Shot with this beautiful Perfect Pines framelit. So I'm going to run this through my Big Shot. Then I'm also going to run my circle through the Big Shot using this beautiful Softly Fallen Textured Impressions embossing folder. And then I'm also going to take an extra sheet of my scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to cut out an ornament topper from the beautiful Delicate Ornament Thinlits. So I'm going to go cut those with my Big Shot, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I've got all my pieces all set, ready to go. Once I have my pieces all set, I'm going to set those aside, and then I'm going to take this circle that I've embossed with the Softly Falling Textured Embossing folder. I'm going to use some Versamark ink. I'm going to dab it all around my circle, and then I'm going to take iridescent ice and heat emboss it. Okay, now look at how beautiful that is. Now I'm going to go ahead and put all my pieces together with some snail adhesive, starting with my base and then adhering my Whisper, my vanilla, very vanilla, and all my other pieces. Next, I'm going to create a little banner down here at the bottom, and I'm going to adhere the Merry Christmas to you and yours as well. And I'm going to adhere this with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Next, I'm going to adhere my Christmas tree to my ornament, and then I'm also going to adhere the ornament topper. And just one finishing touch, I'm going to take some Blackberry Bliss 3/8 inch ribbon, and I'm going to tie this into a bow and go ahead and adhere it on top with some glue dots. And there you go. And for those of you that like to stamp the inside of your cards, you could take the Whisper white sheet of paper, stamp the inside with the Christmas tree, and then this is where I put the May the Peace of Christmas be yours this season throughout the year. Hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. Be sure to stop by my blog and see some other great ideas. Happy stamping!